presented by Performance Boat Center. Todd Swafford along with Eric Colby of Speed on the Water. Joey Cook from the Key West Citizen. You're seeing our second bracketed boats underway as we just get on the air here locally on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio. Thanks for joining us from the Race World Offshore Facebook page. You saw earlier the start of the opening bracketed boats. All bracketed boats are out. We have a lot of changes, a lot of things to update you on as we got the race underway just a few minutes early. It's going to be a busy schedule today, and again, the lineups have changed. So our lead boats are coming around for lap number 1 here. All the bracketed boats out and racing on the second day of the Key West World Championships.
And here comes the
weather is roughened up just a little bit here. Yep. We'll tell you all about that, and expect maybe it to load up a little bit more today. So the Bat boat into our screen here.
Yep. Batman Racing is leading in the bracket 200 class, and they're on your screen now, coming right by start finish. Let's see who's in second. Oh, OC Racing is right there in second. The 39 Arizona with Predator in third. And Harpoon Harry's the 36-foot Spectre in fourth. Justice League is fifth. And Herbart Racing is sixth. So it looks, and Simmons Racing is leading in class 4. But Control Freak has got the start today after they had a really strong season. That should be a good race to watch.
And here comes Team Woody. As you see it on the live stream, but it's Butt Racks is running in third.
Allied is fourth, so that's going to mean Team Woody is in fifth.
Yep, that's right. So all 5 boats have come around.
So that's your first start.
Looks like
and Chad Woody and Billy Shipley are back in the boat today. Here they come by start finish now to complete their shortened first lap on the 4.5 mile course here off the coast of Key West.
Yeah, all the boats came around in both the bracket 200 and bracket 400. We thank you for joining us here out there globally at the Race World Offshore Facebook page as we look at that awesome Batman boat. Big
and now
MTI.
Here comes the bracket 500 boats coming into your picture now after they went out and tested the bigger waters between turns 1 and turn 2 for the first time. And this is the X Insurance 30-foot Phantom with J.J. Turk and Michael Stancombe, stalwarts in this class. And now the helicopter shot from X Insurance of OC Racing, just a beautiful boat. Second is Bronx Phantom, Marker 1 Marine in bracket 500 should be coming. There's they are on your camera. That's the father and son team of the Winuskis or Winoskis. Used to, oh boy, now this is like a swarm of bees.
Boy, here we go. Let's see if we can track
X Insurance Golf and Gator is leading the way.
Team Mean Streak running in third, and the Farnsworth boat in fourth in bracket 500.
That's the Bulletproof boat, now sponsored by Farnsworth.
There you go.
And that will bring Sweat Equity eventually.
So 747 is your leader in class 700, followed by the X Insurance in 2. 742 running in third place. 759 running in fourth place.
And those are all bracketed boats. Here comes Jackhammer.
Yep, Jackhammer
in fifth.
And the sister ship out of Manatee Marine, the H-Craft, that boat from Dubai with Ricardo Maldonado on board.
Yep, in sixth. So,
and the new owner.
If Legend Marine comes by, we'll have to see. But here comes the Legend Marine, and that's another 21 super boat out of the Manatee Marine camp. You see on your camera now with a Mercury Racing 300R. So it is bumpier than it was on Wednesday. Yeah, the little boats are going to feel it the most.
Matthew Bio is the owner of that H-Craft boat and racing for the first time here. Here comes the UIM Class 3 boat, the Scratch and Sniff, with Michael Chandler and Austin Blocker on board.
And the difference between this boat and the other boats that you just saw go by, because they look very similar, this boat can run basically as fast as it can, while the other boats are bracketed to 60 miles an hour. Now your leader in Class 2 comes by for lap 2. That is Batman. OC Racing is still running in third, or second rather. And Predator is coming by in third.
And off the screen, it looks like they might pass them going into the harbor turn as we're focusing in on the 517 Farnsworth.
coming in.
Heading out to heading out to turn number 1.
Now Herbart Racing has moved up to 4th. Justice League is coming at them. They're going to try to make a move in the harbor turn as well, so we could see a change there. Harpoon Harry's had been running well, but there they are, but they're slowed. And this is a boat that the throttleman for Predator, Nate Hunt, used to throttle the Harpoon Harry's, but now we have the leader in Simmons Marine in bracket 400 with Jason Zolecki, Lake of the Ozarks, and Bill Simmons from Ohio. And here comes Control Freak.
Control Freak back to running well. Yep. But behind Simmons Racing, what a season that Robbins and Marotta had. They didn't have that problem on Wednesday, and they were very disappointed not to finish.
And this is the former Shocker boat you see on the screen now with the new team of Allied Construction. So they've moved up to 3rd. No, not yet. Because coming by our start-finish line is the Butt Racks, still in 3rd place.
So that's off the screen, but Butt Racks is not running very well and on power. No. Allied looking very sharp out there as they come in front of the fans into the Monster Energy fan zone.
They will probably pass Butt Racks if Butt Racks continues. Harpoon Harry's has pulled into the infield with a problem, so they will not be contending. And here comes Team Woody.
So back to the X Insurance Helicam as we look at bracket 700. Getting some air. They're going to have a fun ride out there.
Yeah, especially once they...
chasing the X Insurance 700 team boat.
Yeah, that is one of the Statement Marine stable. And let's see how the very narrow 22 Nitra from Sweden cuts through the water leading.
Yep, there's your buttracks.com team. They manufacture seats for airboats. They're in the middle of the infield. 500 X Insurance team back through here in front of us here at the broadcast center. We'll update the boats as they come through off the live stream as we see another one of the bracketed teams getting some air out there off of Fort Zachary.
Yeah, that's the Bulletproof Farnsworth sponsored boat, and we don't know what position they're in.
Bronx Phantom coming through in 2nd now in Class 500 as we focus in on the Bulletproof team.
This is the national champions in bracket 500 class, Eric Ullum and Elijah Kingry, a 2nd-generation racer. And the Farnsworth crew has stepped up to give them some support as well, so thank you for that.
Great shot from our camera team here.
And here's the team from upstate New York, Mean Streak, still running 3rd in the DCB from California. Don't see too many of those in Florida.
So here we get a real good shot of the Batman boat, a 44 MTI, Elliot Toth and Jack Muller, twin 1100 Mercruisers with Artisan drives.
Up, here they come.
Yeah, boy.
Giving the fans on the seawall a good look at the livery on that boat, which is very detailed.
3 laps of 5, and looking at the X Insurance 700 team once again.
Now, off camera, Predator has pulled into 2nd. But here's the battle for the lead in bracket 700 on camera now with 742 and X Insurance. So a good battle there. And Justice League is now trying to make a move up into 3rd, coming by the start finish, but we still have the battle for the lead in bracket 700 on the, and here's the H-Craft boat again. So they must have put some ballast in there because they're either that or their cooler's full, and that's the vent for the cooler.
They moved up into the top 5, limping along in front of us off camera is the 759 boat. They may be calling it a day, as well as 221 OC Racing in Class 200.
OC Racing.
As we're focusing in on the APBA National Champions.
Now here's your
434 Control Freak.
Yeah, that's Damon Murata and
Mark Robbins.
Mark Robbins, yep. But they're still in 2nd place behind Simmons, coming through for their 3rd lap.
They're off camera, but you'll see them here in just a moment as they head into the turn in the harbor in front of the hotels. And back to our helicopter shot courtesy of Rick Lindsay, Parker Lindsay, the cameraman aboard, as he focuses in on their 700X Insurance team boat running in the top grid in Class 700 with 2 laps to go. They're doing 4 and they're out on their 3rd lap of the day. Beautiful shot.
And you can see some of the hand gestures they use to kind of direct where the throttleman wants the driver to line up. Because that driver, I think Cameron Turk, is either 14 or 15, one of the youngest competitors out there. So that's got to be a thrill for him. And now we see how the Batman boat is handling the rougher water that's going to build through the day out between turns 1 and 2.
So the conditions that we're facing here today are wind shifted to the east southeast, kind of leaning to the southeast right now as Allied comes by.
Yeah, I think they're up to 3rd.
They are in Class 400 with 2 laps to go.
Yep.
And a slight increase in the wind as well. There goes and our Legend Marine, as we watch it past the Fury there. The Batman boat in Class 200 has the early lead, the big catamaran in that class.
They're getting some air now.
Yep, you can see the mess that it's creating with the outgoing tide here at Key West Harbor as the X Insurance team in Class 500 passes through, 2 laps to go.
Continues to lead, and here comes Bronx Phantom, Marker 1 Marine in 2nd.
Holding on to 2nd.
Now
we look at the Jackhammer team as they run out to pass the spectator fleet, passing the OC Racing that is down in the middle of the infield.
Yeah, a bit of attrition starting to show here.
You watch these are some of the most fun boats to watch. You got so much respect for the Class 700 boats as we look at our leaders, X Insurance, and
the Statement team has not given up.
No, on the outside line there.
And that's still the safe. If that's the 742, it's the Safe Cash boat. They won on Wednesday.
Beautiful shot of the 41 Apache, the Predator team, the APBA national champion. They won on Wednesday. They're running back in, is it 2nd now? Yes, that's correct.
Yep, they're still 2nd.
The Class 200 boats out for their last lap of the day.
And Connor Stallman is in the navigator slot in that boat, filling in for Matt Petrosky, who was in there on Wednesday.
And we get back to Class 700 racing on the rough side of the course as 2 300 boats come through.
Turbot on the outside and Justice League on the inside, and their new Phantom.
Yeah, they're 3rd and 4th. Team Mean Streak rolls in, and they're running in 4th place in bracket Class 500.
And Mean Streak was had some difficulties on Wednesday, so good to see them back out.
But Rags.com down in the infield there is the Batman boat looking nice, running out of the harbor.
Continuing to run well.
Heading out to turn 1, passing one of the Class 700 boats. They're out for their last lap of the day. They've led all the way in Class 200.
Yeah, this is a case of you just can't make up for boat length. And when it gets rough outside, that's, they span the waves better.
Simmons Marine.
Yep, Simmons Marine still
leading in class,
running consistently.
Class 400, 1 lap to go for them here today.
And that's a former Factory 2 boat.
Back to the X Insurance Helicam and
the 700 bracket boat.
Well-prepared Class 700 boat.
They're coming right across in front of us now. And Statement Marine, the Safe Cash boat is still right there in the super boat. So those super boats are built on Long Island. They're built to take on rough water. Be interesting to see how that one plays out. But
there's Ricardo Maldonado racing alongside Matthew Beal in that H-Crap boat from Dubai.
Yeah, hear that? Now are they up to 3rd?
They are.
Wow, that's a nice.
Out of Manatee Marine.
They made up some. Well, that's a big boat for the Class 2, so they're probably making good use of it out there in that leg between 1 and 2.
They were very excited to get that boat on the water here in Key West, and now our leaders being followed into the harbor turn past the hotels. Great shot here. Now Parker Lindsay.
But you got to remember it's a bracketed class, so.
Yeah, here you can see the comparison of the smaller 700 class boat running alongside a class 400 boat. Yeah.
Yep.
And just how in the difference that these boats are handling as they're coming into the harbor.
Yeah, those guys in 700 might want to try to secure a chiropractic sponsorship between now and Sunday.
No doubt. Now, every other class that's running right now is taking a look at this because you have the outgoing tide and the wind it makes its presence known when you're on that outside leg. There's not much protecting it when you get out there. You think that the course is behind the island, but with the east-southeast wind, you're getting the brunt of it right now. There's Jackhammer.
Jackhammer is another one of those super boats built on Long Island, and Allied Construction is still. You know what? They're out there. That's the main thing.
That's right. And they're running in third. Jackhammer running in fourth in class. Batman. The Batman boat finishing up today's run.
Was that it? I did not see it checkered yet, though.
I don't see the pace boat.
Right in front of us, right behind the monitor.
Okay, well, I think they might be getting on. They have to.
Okay.
They've completed the prerequisite number of laps. That was the X-Insurance 500 came by,
yep,
correct?
And Bronx Phantom Marker 1 Marine, so they're still 1-2.
Correct. And the State
500.
759 just went by.
Yep, we're gonna have to let the officials sort out bracket 7.
Joey, do you have them around for the 5th time? 700? Class 700, how many laps you got there? 4th. Okay, so they got 1 left to go. Predator just came through.
Yep. And Herbot is up to 3rd.
Yep. And they're 1, 2, 3.
So
as we watch Allied Construction head out, and here comes Team Woody. Justice League just passes by at the broadcast center as well. They were in 4th. Team Woody continuing to run in Class 400, have them in 4th spot. That's Chad Woody and Billy Shipley, one of our broadcast partners later today.
Up out of Texas.
Boat. Yep. They gave up their ride on Wednesday, but they're back running their Levy craft.
Yeah.
They're second. That's second.
That is second.
Yeah, I don't have Control Freak coming through.
I didn't actually either.
Yes, that's
honestly.
second. Woody's worked his way up to second.
Okay.
Well, where's Ally? We just saw Ally go through.
That was he was a lap down.
He was a lap down.
Yeah.
There's Allied Construction. So Allied Construction heading out back towards turn number 1, heading out of the harbor here in Key West. You're watching bracket class racing, the second of 3 days of racing for the Key West World Championships. A lot going on here at the outer mall. The mall is full. Monster Energy is here with their interactive fan experience, the same that they have at the Rav Beats dry pits area.
Now that is a nice helicopter shot.
Yeah, that is a beautiful shot over the top of the Allied Marine boat.
Now Simmons should be completing their run, right?
I have them at 5 laps. Yes.
Yeah.
5 laps.
So that's a win for them.
So our second class to complete the 5 laps. That's Simmons Marine. Another win here for the Simmons Racing team. Though that 30-foot Phantom, great shot from our helicopter as they go around turn number 1 back to Class 700 racing. The 746 Legend Marine group in 5th.
And Legend Marine owns a number of facilities on the Gulf, and here's Mean Streak. Nope, this is Bulletproof you see on the camera.
That's Mean Streak coming through the harbor in 3rd.
Right.
Yeah,
They will score 3rd. With 1 lap to go in Class 500, here comes the 517
Bulletproof
Farnsworth.
So they're 4th.
Right.
And here's your battle for the lead in bracket 7. Is this? I don't know if
last lap, Joey.
Yes, maybe last lap.
So this is your checkered flag.
Oh, they're getting around here.
Oh, they're fighting it.
Let's see who gets it.
X-Insurance holding tough and just gets them by the stern of the boat. The 742 Statement Safe Cash in second. X-Insurance Golf and Gator with the win in Class 700. Victory lap for the Batman boat. We have the official score sheets here, and they were done a lap ago, but when you're running as nicely as that, you might as well put a show on for the fans as they come back through the Monster Energy fan zone in front of the fans here at the start-finish line. Again, the Monster Energy team is here with their interactive zone. You can sample Monster Energy drink and watch some cool things inside. Also experience it at the Rav Beats dry pits area. So we just watched the H-Crap boat come through. They'll finish up in 3rd place.
Here's the battle for second in 200 with Predator leading Herbot. But Herbot, this is the best we've seen them run.
Well, this is already an extra lap.
Yeah.
Well, tell them that.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Allied coming around in third now. The attrition of that is to put them into third.
Behind Team Woody.
And this is your checkered for the 500 class right there. X-Insurance.
Yep.
The 5-16 Bronx Phantom,
right behind.
second.
So we'll have to see.
Justice League will
Yep.
be doing another victory lap there, or just off the podium actually, as they go around in fourth.
Well, that was good to see the X-Insurance Bracket 500 boat. Difficult day on Wednesday, and so they come back out and get the win on Friday.
Yeah, we'll have time here in the intermission to update you on all that's changed here and update you on what happened on Wednesday. We have a reset of the starts. The Mod Vs are going to run
From Manatee Marine Unlimited in Sarasota. That is Sarasota where they are, right?
just in Palmetto,
Palmetto,
just right
okay.
outside. Just
And
north.
another 21 super boat. They
There they are.
love to
Wait.
see those Long Island built boats kind of getting a resurgence in this class. You got these boats. You got Progression built out of Long Island,
Yeah.
Activator built out of Long Island.
Reese Langheim's son Connor aboard that boat.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, along with
another second generation
Francisco
competitor.
Duran. Yep. So
And this is 759, and that is the I believe that's Nick and Owen Buis.
running in fifth.
The H-Craft is still out for an extra lap, making sure.
Yeah, getting a good look at that long boat built in Dubai out of Manatee Marine as they head out towards the rough stuff, towards the Malia, which is at the turn number 1. Back to action with the Team Woody.
Yep, they're pulling in.
Yeah, they're
So the first race is winding down. The checkered flag is being, I think, flown for everybody. And this whetted the fans' appetites on shore for the next race, which will be the Mod Vs.
so unofficially here. Mod V is ready to go. They'll be coming back out, and all 8 of those boats will run all by themselves. Class 1 is going to move to the end of the day. Great overhead shot of the H-Craft team.
Yeah, and look at the way that it's almost a center console in a way, with the way that helm is set up with the raised area in front. And here's the Mean Streak team with the kind of throwback quarter canopies to help protect and just protect the throttleman and driver a little bit.
And that should be the last, or the next boat to finish in class 500. And Batman's not counting laps; they're running, and the boat's just
They
really
must have,
settling into its, into its zone.
They must have dropped the lap counter on their bat belt.
Exactly. Oh man, it's so easy to do. It's like you don't even have to use tape.
The bat tape is extra sticky.
Yeah.
Don't you know? That's how Batman gets up the wall. Come on now. It takes that much harder to get it off.
All right, let's Joey, let's run through your unofficial results here. See how they compare with ours in all classes with bracket class 200 starting.
I got Batman coming in first, Predator sitting second, Herbot Racing third, Justice League fourth, OC Racing fifth, and Harpoon Harry's sixth.
All right, and I concur with that. And moving on to class 400.
Team Woody, I'm sorry, Simmons Marine took the lead all the way checkered.
Yep.
Team Woody was second. Allied, if he comes back through, if he not, he was third. On distance run, Control Freak, who we lost after the third lap, broke down there, ends up fourth. And in fifth would be buttracks.com.
And on to class 500.
Class 500, I got the Golf and Gator Insurance sitting number 1. Number 2 was the Bronx Phantom. Number 3, Team Mean Streak. Number 4, Bulletproof.
All right, again, back to the chopper with the H-Craft boat, really getting some good photo time. It's a beautiful boat.
Flies level, though. That's
It
a nice
should-
thing. It's got a great attitude.
It does, as it heads back into the Key West Harbor
And that
now.
was the Bulletproof boat outside
Yep.
of them. And the interesting thing in that Warlock and Bulletproof, they have air suspension seats in that boat.
Get a good shot now of the X-Insurance chopper. There's
And they
your
actually
production team.
they fill it with air just like you would from like a gas station, but the PSI is equal to the weight of each occupant for each seat. So that's how it compresses up and down.
And we see
And
the
here's
checker
the
flag
Batman,
being handed to the Batman team. And so the one was X-Insurance Golf and Gator, Bronx Phantom in class 500, and third, team mean streak. Is that right?
Correct.
Yes.
And then on to Class 700.
700, I got the X Insurance coming through in the end there. The 747 Statement Decisions was running a great race early on, but again, a breakdown somewhere in there left him way off the pack. So first was X Insurance Statement. Safe Cash was second. Third was that H Crash, who took a lot of the great time there. And fourth was the Jackhammer. Fifth was the Bad Decisions, 759, and sixth was also the 747 Statement Bad Decision. Like I said, it had the early lead, but broke down there on the second lap.
All right, as we look at our UIM.
So Sweat Equity must have had an issue early because we didn't call them out.
I never saw them come through.
Oh.
That was the UIM Class 3X scratch and sniff earlier on screen. All right, all of the bracketed boats are through, and we're going to get right to racing again with the Mod Vs. Later today, at the end of the day, the Class 1 teams are going to get moved back, and we're going to just have one class running in all of the remaining races, except the very last one, when Class 1 will be combined with VX and the one Extreme boat. So after the conclusion of this race, we'll have the intermission start. The harbor will be closed from 11:30 to 12:30. There is a U.S. Navy flyover at 12:20 here on Veterans Day in front of the crowd after the national anthem. And then we'll get right back to racing with the Factory 450R boats coming out here. But first things first, the Mod Vs are going to come out next. Our bracketed boats are done. Todd Swafford along with Eric Colby from Speed on the Water, Joey Cook from the Key West Citizen.
That wasn't good to see.
What was that?
The Justice League boat is heading back in on plane, no helmet. That could be a penalty.
All right.
If they choose to assess it, because you're supposed to keep your equipment on until you're back in.
And we're seeing the 747 Statement Marine boat is under tow. The Bad Decisions boat that Joey mentioned earlier, that it'll come into your screen momentarily. Again, Mod V Racing will come up next. You're listening to live coverage here locally on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio, brought to you by Porte Performance, our Porte Performance Broadcast Center. Over 30 years of pioneering advancements in outboard propulsion and positioning systems. At Porte Performance, they build performance into everything. And of course, your live stream coverage here at Race World Offshore's Facebook page is brought to you by Maximum Inflation. Maximum Inflation, CO2 cartridges for everything inflatable. We're back with more right after this.
On the Zone 97.7